This video will show you how to create explosive 3D effects to 3D objects in Blender. Please watch it up to the very end. In the description of this video, I've put a link for downloading the model we are to use for this tutorial. When you open Blender, first go to File and select Open, then browse for the file you've just downloaded. Come down here and click on Particle Properties, then click on this plus icon to add a particle system. If you play it, you'll see it emitting some particles. Press Shift A and add an icosphere. Come to its setting panel and reduce its subdivisions to 1. Now press G then X to move it aside along the X-axis. Select the horse model and come back to its particle settings. Scroll down and click on this drop-down arrow on Render. Under Render As, change it from Halo to Object, and under Instance Object, select the icosphere. Now if you play it, you can see that the particles have changed to icospheres. Since we want all of them to be emitted at the same time, come here and reduce the end frame to 1. If you play it, you'll see that all particles are emitted at once, but considering that we still want them to move together, we need to stop them from spreading out. To do that, come to Particle Settings and scroll down under Velocity, then reduce the normal velocity to 0. Now if you play it, you can see that they are not spreading out. So you can reduce the frame range to about 100. Scroll down here to Particle Render Settings and reduce on the scale of the particles. Also increase on the scale randomness to give them some variations in their sizes. Now that we need these particles to cover the entire model, we'll need to increase on the number of emitted particles. So let's first increase it to 100,000. Now you can see that most of the gaps are filled. So press Shift to then go to Field Weights and add Turbulence. Go to the Physics Properties and increase its strength to 5. Now if you play it, you can see that the particles are getting distorted by the turbulence force. But since we need them to get distorted from one position, let's select the horse model and go to Particle Properties. Scroll down and click on this drop-down on Field Weight, then reduce the gravity to 0. If you play it now, you can see that it gets distorted, but still retains its position. But since we are looking for such a result, let's first select this turbulence force field. Come to Physics Properties and scroll down under Fall Off, then activate Minimum and Maximum Distance. Increase the maximum distance to a size of your liking. Press G to move it somewhere here. First come to the physics settings again and increase the maximum distance so as to cover this entire area. Go to the first frame, then press G and move the turbulence somewhere here where our simulation should start from. Come to frame 40 also and press G to move it somewhere in the middle. Go to frame 80 and press G to move it somewhere at the end of the horse model. Now if I play it, you can see that the particles are disappearing at frame 50. So select the horse model, then come here and come to its particle settings, then increase its lifetime to 100. You can also increase on the number of particles, and in my case I'll use 200,000. You are free to use a higher number of particles for better results, but at the cost of performance. Come down under Viewport Display and decrease the display amount to a lower percentage. Now scroll up under Cache and then click on Bake to bake the simulation. If you play it now, you can see that the effect starting to come out well. Click here on the camera icon in order to view it from the camera. Press N, then click on View, then activate Lock Camera to view. Now you can navigate around to give it a nice camera view. You can split the view, then press N to deactivate Lock Camera to view. Now press Shift to then go to Force Fields and add Vortex. Press R then X and 90 to rotate it along the X-axis by 90 degrees. Press G and move it somewhere here behind the turbulence. Go to the Physics Properties and under Fall Off, change the shape from sphere to tube. Activate the maximum and minimum distance. Increase the maximum and minimum distance to about 0.75. Now come to Object Data Properties. Click on the drop-down arrow on Relations and under Parent choose Turbulence. press G to move it closer to the turbulence. If I play it, you can see that the result is looking good. Select the icosphere and disable its render and viewport visibility. Now you can go ahead and assign some nice materials and render. Thank you so much for watching up to now, I really appreciate. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you never miss out on our latest content. Also, let us know what you want us to teach you about Blender in the comments. I promise we'll make a video. Have fun animating. I sign out.